League of Legends is a multiplayer online battle arena where players control a champion in order to be matched in a short player versus player battle or AI game. There are 119 different champions from which to choose. Players gain levels from killing the opposing team's champions, controlled by other players, or bots, and minions that regularly spawn and attack the other team's turrets, minions, and champions. In the classic game mode, the map is typically divided into lanes, which are paths that spawned minions take. The jungle, an area between the lanes where neutral monsters spawn, and bases, where players spawn and can purchase items. The primary map, Summoner's Rift, features 3 lanes, commonly referred to as top lane, where bruisers, partially damage, partially tank, and tank-type champions tend to go. Mid lane, where assassins and burst damage carries tend to go, and bot lane, where the ranged DPS, damage per second, carries and their supports tend to go. The jungle is sometimes considered a lane, where an assassin or tank champion tends to roam in order to collect buffs and assist in the other lanes freely. The player earns a small amount of gold every second passively, but can earn more by getting the last hit on minions, destroying enemy towers, referred to as turrets, that guard the lanes, neutral monsters located in the jungle, and killing enemy champions. With this gold, they can buy a variety of items in order to strengthen their champions for the duration of the game. On the classic Summoner's Rift, Twisted Treeline, and Howling Abyss maps, the game is ended by destroying the enemy team's last structure on the map, called the Nexus, from which minions spawn. Other maps have variations of rules and objectives, such as Dominion on the Crystal Scar, where each team's Nexus loses health if the opposing team controls at least 3 of the 5 towers located on the map. Moderation is conducted through a democratic system known as the Tribunal. In this system, players' submitted reports are reviewed by other players on a case-to-case basis. The reviewing players then submit their opinions on the legality of the behavior demonstrated. A consensus renders the decision official. It is notable that players are unable to be permanently banned through the system, since all permanent bans are distributed manually.
The League of Legends community is terrible. Online gaming communities aren't typically noted for having well-mannered participants, but if one was looking to give a medal to the gaming community that most closely resembles a legion of mentally handicapped goblins, they need look no further than the League of Legends player base. Right in-game, you're likely to be matched up with teammates who are fond of using acronyms such as OMG and WTF in combination with popular gaming slang terms such as noob or you suck, as well as the MOBA-specific derogatory verb feeder. Players are fond of blaming their teammates for their own terrible deaths while being completely unable to accept responsibility for their own actions. This is a common trait among children or adolescents who have yet to develop social awareness. It's also a trait common among goblins. These things can happen in other games, it's true, but in League of Legends things go to the absolute darkest depths of social ineptitude and beyond. It's not uncommon for teammates to immediately write off an entire game once the enemy team scores a 2 or 3 kill advantage in the beginning and start shouting things like, "Oh my god, you feed, now this game is loose. Why I always got noobs on my team, please uninstall and play Tetris, you piece of." Does anyone even play Tetris anymore? If that wasn't bad enough, I've witnessed players telling each other to suicide. Yeah. On top of this, there are yet more examples of this kind of boneheaded goblin mentality. Nobody likes a sore loser. Note that there are lots of these in League of Legends, but one thing that's worse than a sore loser is a bad winner. Note that there are possibly more bad winners than sore losers in League of Legends. For some unsportsmanlike cretins, once it becomes apparent that the snowball is rolling in their favour, they resort to mocking the enemy team in all chat and generally making themselves look like complete and utter twats. This is typically far beyond friendly smack talk, tending good, aside from the aforementioned horrible player base. It's doubtful that Riot will be able to solve this problem. There's only so much you can do when the vast majority of players are socially inept goblins. The task of fixing the problems with the community needs to be tackled by, well, the community, because ultimately a community is just the sum total of the people that contribute or take away from it. If you want the LoL community to be a better place, perhaps you should ask yourself if you're part of the problem. Only when all the trolls, the AFKers, the flamers, and those who encourage suicide look deep inside their souls and take their fate into their own hands can we look forward to a brighter future for the LoL community. A day when everyone contributes and helps each other to be better. A day when people use the popular internet acronym NVM when their teammate makes a mistake and congratulates their opponents with a WP when they make exceptional plays. A day when the League of Legends community feels like a somewhat awkward hug between all the people who just downright love this game.
We play League of Legends for fun, and it's usually more fun when we win. It takes a lot to succeed in LoL, and games are won with more than individual skill and reflexes. Your ability to coordinate as a team has a significant impact on a game's outcome. In fact, sportsman-like players win over 1.7 million more games than average players every day. Teamwork plays a bigger role in League than you might think. Let's take a closer look at how it can impact your game. Say you start a game and one of your teammates gives up a few early kills. Before you know it, he's throwing a tantrum. Now you've got a choice. You could go full 5-year-old on him, yell and scream and give him hell, because of course, that'll help the situation improve. What some players fail to understand is epic comebacks don't come from berating your teammates. Rage doesn't win games. Each negative player on a team decreases your chances of winning, from a 54% average win rate with 0 ragers down to a 46% win rate with 3. And it keeps getting worse from there. So, it makes more sense to focus on winning. Help your teammate out. Buy some wards or concentrate on your lane, and keep tempers from flaring in chat. Players who keep their team focused win more games. Players who fight fire with fire sabotage their own chances at winning. Sportsmanship and teamwork win games. The impact of teamwork can be tracked in real time too. You just have to follow the goal. Our early findings suggest a direct correlation between a team's behavior and the gold they're capable of earning in a match. In this case, things start to go downhill after a failed gank. One player decides the other is a noob and flies off the handle. Meanwhile, the opposing team stays focused, which means they can grab objectives. More objectives, more gold. More gold, more needlessly large items. More needlessly large items, more GG. The power of teamwork can even be traced down to the individual level. Players with a record of positive behavior win 10% more games than the average Joe. On the other hand, a player with a report history will on average go on to win 35% fewer games. It's pretty clear. Teams that help each other through tough scrapes are much more likely to win. So, next time you're looking for a win in League, just remember, teamwork OP.